What's up, everybody? In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the lawsuit that Mizkif just filed. And for those who don't know, Mizkif is a large content creator who has been completely demolished in the last few weeks after his ex-girlfriend, another content creator by the name of Emiru, accused him of being violent and being an abuser. Now, he came out and said, well, you know what? She was violent too. She was throwing plushies at me. And since that moment, he has been the laughing stock of the internet. People are making meme songs about him, and he decided to do a interesting move, which is a defamation lawsuit against Emiru and Asmongold. Without further ado, let's take a look at the lawsuit. All right, so first let's establish the parties. Shunk is the girl Emiru, and Hoyt is Asmongold, and their business is in Texas. Now, the plaintiff is Matthew Rinaldo, which that's Mizkif. And then he has his company, Mizkif Enterprises, and the company that he was working for or with is called OTK, which belongs to Asmongold and a couple other YouTubers. Now, let me just say the first thing that comes to mind when I saw this is that it's only 12 pages, which is not much for a lawsuit. It doesn't look like that much effort went into this, in my own opinion, and it kind of looks rushed and last minute. All right, let's take a look at the factual background. For the past decade, Matthew Rinaldo has been working tirelessly to build a career in the demanding live streaming and content creation field, primarily on YouTube, a video sharing platform, and Twitch, a live streaming platform. Through years of effort, Rinaldo built his online presence under the handle Mizkif, leading him to a multi-million follower presence across various social media platforms. Rinaldo's entire professional life has, during all relevant times, centered around streaming and content creation. Rinaldo became one of the most successful creators on Twitch, with a following of 2.2 million viewers as of October 25. He was known for collaborating with other streamers, playing video games, and discussing various issues with his followers and subscribers through Twitch's chat feature. In 2021, he won Best Just Chatting Streamer at the Streamer Awards. The community that Rinaldo developed, along with his industry connections with other streamers, his personal reputation, and his business goodwill, allowed him to develop a successful business with multiple income streams from subscribers, ad placements on his videos, sponsorships, and more. In 2020, along with other high-profile streamers, Rinaldo founded the One True King media brand and incorporated Defendant OTK, which he remains a part owner to this day. Defendant Shunk joined the OTK ownership in 2022. Through the acts and omissions described below, defendants Shunk, Hoyt, and OTK have, acting in concert, wrongfully and basely accused Rinaldo of serious criminal activity for no purpose other than to harm him, his reputation, and his business, and wrest from him control of the companies that he helped build. Rinaldo and defendant Shunk began dating in 2022. The relationship was not easy on either side. They would routinely face harassment from Shunk's followers, some of whom were stalking Shunk. They got into arguments regularly, and Shunk threatened to off herself in many of these arguments. Shunk would dress and behave in ways that Rinaldo thought made her unsafe in light of the ongoing stalking from some of her followers. At the end of the relationship, Shunk expressed her desire to marry Rinaldo and raise children within the next 5 years. Rinaldo, contemplating the tumultuous nature of their relationship to that point, could not agree to do so. He called off their relationship and moved from Austin to Los Angeles in January 2025. So just to give you a little bit of clarification, there are videos that resurfaced of him banging on the door while she was live streaming, and the best accusation he can come up with is that she threw plushies at me, and that's why he instantly became a meme. Take a look at this.
We haven't pillaged. Shit. I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad. But Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression.
If there's only one lesson to learn from this, is never confess to the internet that you are emotionally distressed because she threw plushies at you, or else you'll immediately be turned into this.
Plushies, made me cry, made me so mad. With all these fluffy plushies.
Anyways, enough screwing around. Let's get back to the lawsuit. 10 months later, on October 24, 2025, Shunk hosted a live stream on Twitch. On the live stream, she lied and baselessly accused Renato of psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail. These slanderous accusations were made live before an audience of tens of thousands and have since been viewed millions of times across various platforms. In the same live stream, Shunk gives account of their relationship that clearly do not support the allegations she levied. For example, in her own description of the purported sexual assault, Shunk stated that she and Renato were kissing. He tried to initiate intercourse. She made clear she did not want to, and he stopped and respected the line that she had drawn. And the quotations are, he started kissing me in the face and I let him do it. And then he tried to climb on top of me and I aggressively shoved his hand down my pants and I screamed. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat. Nonetheless, she continued to defame Renato and portray him as a perpetrator of sexual assault in a video she knew full well would be viewed by millions. That very same day, OTK sent Renato a letter purporting to terminate his interest in the company. OTK claimed it was entitled to do so based on the nature of Emiru's allegations. Emiru is the handle under defendant Shunk, operates her streaming and content creation business. OTK's letter is attached here to as Exhibit A. This letter asserted a number of purported breaches of the owner's agreement. No such breaches occurred. Nonetheless, OTK asserted that it was reclaiming Renato's 1.1 million shares of OTK without payment. This letter further asserted Renato owed amounts in excess of $600,000 to Mythic for management fees relating to purported breaches that did not occur. Through OTK, Mythic demanded repayment of these allegedly owed fees. Further, the letter falsely asserted Renato violated his agreement with King, purported to reclaim Renato's 93,000 shares of stock in King, and demanded payment of $296,000 as a result of purported breaches that again did not occur. Mythic, King, and OTK made no serious investigation or inquiry into the basis for or truths of Shunk's allegation before repudiating their agreements with plaintiffs. Indeed, Mythic, King, and OTK did not even ask Renato for comment or any information in his possession disproving the allegations. Instead, a few days after Shunk's defamatory livestream, OTK, perpetuating the defamation, put out a statement on X, formerly known as Twitter, that it fully supports its co-owner and sister Emiru and stands by her side and admires her strength in coming forward and sharing her story. In this statement, OTK falsely claimed it had terminated its relationship with Renato some time ago for reasons unrelated to the recent events. Hoyt, who streams under the handle Asmongold, is a part owner of OTK. Since Shunk's livestream, Hoyt has continuously defamed Renato on a near daily basis. He has claimed inter alia Renato should be in jail, claimed he was abusing and manipulating others, hurting others, and becoming an aggressor. For example, in a live stream that has since been uploaded to YouTube where it garnered 1.9 million views as the date of this filing, Hoyt states directly that Renato was the aggressor and abuser in the relationship with Shunk. Hoyt would then qualify his statement by saying, at least allegedly, but disclaim that disclaimer itself by saying he has to say that for legal reasons. Hoyt has on a near daily basis reaffirmed the truth of Shunk's allegations before his millions of followers. Hoyt also claimed on his live stream that there was another, again unspecified, act of misconduct that was the reason Renato was removed from OTK. This is in direct contrast to OTK's own account as provided in its letter of October 24. Hoyt falsely accused Renato of threatening Shunk's employees at TwitchCon, a recent streaming convention. Hoyt has enriched himself personally by advertising revenues and subscription fees garnered from his smear campaign against Renato. Even some of Hoyt's own viewership noted that he was drama baiting for views. The combined coordinated actions of Shunk, Hoyt, OTK, Mythic, and King have caused serious and lasting damage to Renato's personal reputation and his business. Since the defamation occurred, Ronaldo has been losing followers and subscribers on a daily basis. Ronaldo anticipates the loss of existing sponsorships and increased difficulty in securing future sponsorships. Regretfully, the extreme nature of the misconduct here has compelled Ronaldo to file suit. Count 1, breach of contract, OTK and King. Plaintiffs incorporate the allegations of paragraph 1 through 32 by reference. OTK breached its ownership agreement with Ronaldo by purporting to oust him from ownership when no event of breach or default giving it authority to take such action had occurred. OTK acknowledged it took no effort to investigate the alleged breaches, claiming in its own word that OTK is not involved in nor aware of the content of such personal matter that Ronaldo or Emiru may have with each other. Nonetheless, OTK anticipatorily breached its contract with Ronaldo based on Shunk's allegations. Similarly, King breached its agreement with plaintiff by purporting to divest them of their stock. Similarly, King breached its agreement with plaintiff by purporting to divest them of their stock in King when no breach or event of default permitting same had occurred. These breaches of contract have caused damage to plaintiffs by purporting to divest them of over 1 million shares of stock owned in OTK and King. Now, count 2, defamation. Plaintiffs incorporate the allegations of paragraph 1 through 37 of the complaint. Defendants Shunk and Hoyt have repeatedly published untrue defamatory statements concerning Ronaldo to an audience of millions, painting him as a rapist, domestic abuser, and emotional abuser. These statements were made with actual malice. Shunk and Hoyt knew at the time that they published these statements that they were false. Unbelief and information. Shunk and Hoyt knew that they stood to benefit from Ronaldo's ousters from OTK and the associated companies and coordinated the timing of these statements to maximize the injury inflicted to plaintiffs. These statements have caused severe damage to plaintiffs' reputation and business and have caused severe emotional distress and mental anguish. Now, count 3, declaratory judgment for OTK, Mythic, and King. Plaintiffs incorporate the allegations of paragraph 1 through 41 of the complaint. An actual controversy exists between plaintiff, OTK, Mythic, and King concerning the purported breaches that defendants allege plaintiffs committed and the efficacy of defendants' attempts to unlawfully divest plaintiffs of their interests in the companies. An actual controversy exists between plaintiffs, OTK, Mythic, concerning the amounts demanded by OTK and Mythic for unlawful management fees, which are neither due nor owing. An actual controversy exists between the plaintiffs and OTK concerning the wrongfully accelerated promissory note, which OTK had no legal basis to make demand upon. The court has jurisdictions to issue declaratory statement judgment under 28 USC 2001. Now, the attorney fees. Based on the actions of OTK, Mythic, and King, Ronaldo has been forced to retain the undersigned counsel to protect his interests and his accruing legal fees. Pursuant to Texas 38001, Ronaldo and Mizkif Enterprises are entitled to recover their reasonable and necessary attorney fees. They are further entitled to attorney fees under Texas 37009 in connection with the declaratory relief sought. Plaintiffs further claim any entitlement to attorney fees that they may have at law or in equity, and the damages are reputational harm, loss of business and goodwill, loss of earning, loss of future earning potential, emotional distress, and mental anguish. Now, conclusion and prayer. Wherefore premises considered, plaintiff Ronaldo and Mizkif Enterprise prayed this honorable court after trial enter judgment against defendant, awarding plaintiff for damages and reasonable and necessary attorney fees, pre and post judgment interest, declaring that OTK King and Mythic has no claims against plaintiff, declaring that OTK King attempt to divest plaintiffs of their interest in the companies at issue were ineffective as a matter of law, and granting such other and further relief as to which plaintiffs may prove themselves entitled at law or in equity. So that's the entire lawsuit. Now, what do I think about all this? When it comes to the breach of contract and all that stuff, I cannot speak on that. I have no clue whatsoever. We would have to know the terms of their original contracts to see if he violated any of those terms. So I don't know. But when it comes to defamation, from my understanding, it looks like he confessed on his stream. So I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to go very far. And at the end of the day, Emiru and especially Asmongold, they're loaded. So it's not like they're not going to be able to hire an attorney. They will be able to defend themselves. To me, this kind of looks pointless, but at the end of the day, he's backed up in a corner. He doesn't really have many moves to make, and he thought that this would be the way out. Now, I just wanted to show you guys the entire lawsuit so you have all the context on what's really happening here. Now, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe because we are almost at 100,000 subscribers. At this point, we're just missing about 5,000. Thank you so much in advance, and I'll see you guys on the next video.